Hey everyone.
Do not avert your gaze.
So this will be kind of a post-run review for essentially myself.
Strength, knowledge,
I'm
patience.
doing this run with Pan, aspect of Pan, and the idea is to get Wave Flourish to do as much damage as possible. However, the caveat is I'm running at 24 heat and running with no health or mana regen. So it's kind of hard to get the
Too
run
much.
going essentially. I already lost one of the mana regen boons from Poseidon, which was kind of unfortunate in the first chamber itself, because I have the Pact of Punishment, or whatever the oath is called, where if you do not select a boon, it never appears again. So already one of the mana regen boons are gone, and essentially what happens throughout the run is that I never get to have
All
a
fours.
mana regen boon on myself, so it was quite challenging to pull this off. So I thought it would be nice to actually review the VOD and share it with you guys. Yeah. So ideally, what I'm trying to do here is conserve as much mana as possible uh, by using the basic special attack. And White Flourish is pretty good for that because it kind of is an AoE, even though you're throwing one knife. The splash hits everything behind them. So even when I'm using a normal special here, it's fine. The damage is still there on an AoE basis, so I necessarily don't need to use a fully charged attack. But if there's a lot of enemies nearby, it is worth it to use it. So yeah, that's what the whole idea is till now, and it gets really spicy. Like right here, I'm trying to use more to get more hits in. Yeah, because it's an elite mob. Trying to kill it as fast as possible. Luckily enough, here we get the hook knives, which is kind of really good for this run because it literally doubles our damage output most of the time. So yeah, that was the first sign that to me that okay, maybe it's possible to do this. Yeah, getting Zeus here is was very important because Zeus has a boon called Static Shock, and what it does, it adds an individual instance of damage which can crit. So later on, when I use a white antler after I get my build set up, it's gonna be huge actually. Like whenever white antler is up, that instance of damage can crit, and it's actually really good. So I get the static shock here. I did have ionic gain in the pool, and it just went away, which is kind of sad. Um, I think it was here. I didn't catch it quite, but I think it was there. Maybe you guys can
Are you ready to
pause and
battle?
rewind and make sure. But yeah, losing out on Ionic Gain and Poseidon's region is kind of rough. So it means I don't have a way to regen mana without um, considerable risk or drawback is kind of gone by this point. But on the other hand, with Static Shock, my damage is kind of nice. All I have to do now is to set up my origination or privilege status from the previous game. So that is the goal. So I'll have to see what gods get offered. Luckily for me, Demeter was on the door. So well, on a previous door. So I'm hoping that maybe Demeter will show up again here. And her cast is really awesome because it applies freeze, and you can also modify it to add Gale Force boon to it, which will apply another status effect, which I believe is slow or something like that. I can't remember what the effect is, but it does apply two effects, which in turn activates origination on a single hit, which is kind of insane in my opinion. It's really good. Demeter is really good in this game because of that bonus fact. And freeze is really awesome because it stops everything, like except the bosses, like elite mobs. For the 2 seconds, they get freeze, and it's so easy to DPS them down when an entire group is frozen. So luckily, Hermes gives us Swift Flourish here, which is like increases our special speed, and it's really good for the feeling of the build where you can just constantly spam the knives. So it does the specials. So I think it should also affect the Omega special. Not really sure how 50% would feel like, but yeah, it does help with the single knife spam that I'm doing here because I'm constantly out of mana. Time right now is decent. Yeah, we're at tight deadline, 5 minutes, so I have to hurry up quite a bit. Um, the time is not that bad for the first bio for 24 heat, I think. Obviously, there are better players who do like 2 minutes phase one, 2 minutes biome one, but I'm not that good. But I do my best, you know what I mean? So here I'm playing rather poorly, if I'm being honest here. I missed a bunch of attacks, so a lot of uptime on the boss was gone. Uh, I'm still getting used to the range, I guess, of the the single special here, because it doesn't have that big of a range, so you kind of have to be semi-close to the boss. Dodging the Hex was kind of rough here because of all the spam that was coming my way, so I took a bunch of damage, which was kind of unfortunate. I'm gonna lose my Death Defiance here if I remember correctly. Um, yeah, 3 health left. And she teleports. This was so annoying to deal with. And yeah, I lose a Death Defiance here. Um, I lost a bunch of magic trying to do a burst on her. And then because she went away, it kind of annoyed me. And I played really poorly there. But I get back my bit here. Unfortunately for me, she sprayed the entire attack on my face and I took a bunch of damage. Yeah, so that was biome 1 at 4 minutes 26 seconds, 33 seconds to spare. It's not bad, which is not bad. Yeah, it's pretty rough. So now that my build is more or less set up, I pick up the white antler, and at this point I'm kind of thinking, maybe the run is over. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I don't have any mana regen. I don't have any health. My one of my death defiance is gone, so might as well pick up the white antler now. Try to do as much damage as possible. So yeah, all my damage effects are online except for origination. So hoping to get the Demeter cast here, and once I have that, maybe get Gale Force or Slip later on to have origination active. So Demeter does give me Arctic Ring, which is not the good thing about that. It was of common rarity, so I did not prime any more magic from the one of the vows, which was kind of nice. Yeah, I think I should have gone for the trial there, but I made a split-second decision not to. In hindsight, I should have probably gone for the trial. Luckily, Narcissus gives us a death defense back, which is like, I feel like, okay, maybe the run is not over yet, so it does make me feel good. Yeah, I kind of, I have a love-hate relationship with this boss here. It teleports out immediately sometimes and cannot get it damage in, but here I catch it. And look at the crits, it's really awesome. White Antler is it's kind of nutty, kind of overpowered, if I'm being honest. So I'm looking for Slip, but I didn't get it, so Hydraulic Might would have to do. So my origination is not yet set up, unfortunately. Here I get offered Demeter, and I'm hoping to get Gale Force out of her. But if I remember correctly, maybe I didn't get it because I could not set up origination for a while, I think. We'll have to see, can't remember. Let's wait for the fight to end to just verify my memory of the fight. Yeah, I'm playing very safe here. Because I do have the damage, all I have to do make sure is I don't take too much damage to die. So I get offered rare crop. Maybe I should have rolled here. Why did I take rare crop? Luckily, it hit Wave Flourish. I was just not thinking clearly right now, I guess. I should have rolled for Gale Force. It was a misplay. Maybe in a future run, I have to keep in mind that, yeah, I can pause the timer quite a bit, so I need to think more before picking up moves. I should have rerolled there, trying to find Gale Force. That would have immediately made this run so much easier because it would have activated origination on the bosses and the damage would have been insanely high. Yeah, but I didn't, so kind of paying for it now, I guess. But luckily it did hit the Wave Flourish, which will eventually become legendary, so it was not that bad. I did not get punished that hard for that, so yeah, there it goes. Now it's time for the battle with Skilla and her band. I think this is an awesome battle design with the soundtrack. But as you can see, the damage is already pretty good with the White Antler. And since I'm doing so many, I think three instances of damage in one hit from a single knife, it's kind of insane. White Antler goes really hard. And one charge attack really does a chunk of damage. Imagine if I had origination here. Maybe next run I have to be more careful about my rerolls and stuff and actually pick the moves that I need. But yeah, White Cry was spilled milk, you know. Well, it worked out. The damage is there. I don't need to worry too much. Even the single knives are doing a ton of damage, which is what I want to see. Like, it's paying off to take Poseidon's special and Zeus's static shock. So yeah, pretty good time on the kill. Not amazing, but pretty good time on the kill, I think. So and with that, second biome is done, and I'm off to pain and suffering in third biome. Because it's really rough. Without magic regen, third biome can be insanely rough because you get rooms where it does not refill your mana from encounter to encounter because they're not going through doors. And you kind of have to just roll with it. I mean, I think they should refill the mana, if I'm being honest, you know. So you have to be very judicious about your mana expenditure here. Yeah. So several things activate. So for example, you see Hydraulic Might activated here. So I think it might be a bug when the mana does not reset. Maybe once it gets fixed, Biome 3 will be much better feeling. Because without mana, this is very, very rough. You can see that, right? Hydraulic Might got activated again. So it does count it as an encounter, but for whatever reason, mana does not refill every encounter, which is terrible in my opinion. They should fix it. Supergiant Games, I know that I am a very small YouTube. I'm a nobody, but please, Supergiant, fix this. It feels really bad to go through the morning fields, honestly. So here, I got the Vampire Lord. Usually, it's not a big of deal if you have a lot of damage. So here I'm fishing for the P status, and I could not get it, and I guess Frigid Sprint is the best option for me because it does apply the same effect. So finally, I guess I have my origination set up. I just need to be a little bit finicky and careful while applying it because I need to sprint into enemies and then drop my cast on them. Press stop, so that way origination will be active on the enemies.
Good find.
So I chose this room because of the hammer. Essentially, there are a couple of hammers that are really useful with the special of Pan. I'm hoping to get one of them, I guess. One that reduces the cost of the channel, which would be really insane for me. There's another one, which I eventually get in this one, is the one that bounces the knives, which is also good. It's really good for AoE situations. Yeah, but I'm getting hit a lot. I'm being honest, I need to play better, essentially. But still, it's below 30% HP. My antler is not up because it's not 30 HP, but the other one, I forgot what it's called, the Arcana card, which activates at below 30% HP is now active. So I'm taking less damage, 50% less damage, and I'm doing 50% more damage, which is good. Yeah, the goal is for me right now is to uh,
Lord Charon
get the HP to 30, specifically 30. And there are a lot of thorns here,
perish and reveal my
which I will be using it later on to get it from 34 to 30, I believe. If I remember correctly, somewhere like that. 35, I don't remember. I think I do get hit here, I think.
can't do it.
Um, yeah. Yep, there it goes. So I guess from 35 to 30 is where I take it. So praying for the nice hammer here. I do get dancing knives, which is the one that I wanted. It does more damage and it bounces, so it's really good. Oh wait, oh yeah, yeah, I did it. That's what I was thinking. Oh, I ran past the thorn. I did not reduce my HP, but yeah, I did that. Because now White Antler is active and it does a lot of damage, and Cerberus does need a lot of damage. It's a very chunky health pool there. So Poseidon gets offered, and I think I forgot that his boon is gone. That so maybe that's why I picked it up. Crashing Wave is fine, I guess. Alright, time for Cerberus. Not much to say about this fight. It's pretty straightforward. Just avoid the big attacks, and you can see the damage is really good. Like it is there. We have a ton of damage, but the only problem is I don't have the mana for a sustained fight. So I do have to save mana as much as possible, but it's impossible, honestly, to save mana here because of the elite mobs. But yeah, even the single hook knives should do the trick. This is what I'm thinking right now. So I get one final one off, and now I don't have any more mana. So it's a single knife spam. Which by itself with origination isn't that bad. Like you can spam it quite a bit. And you can see I'm chunking down Cerberus. Like it's really good. The pan aspect of pan with Poseidon special is really good, and static shock. Static shock does a lot of work.
Return now.
Alright, it's time for Tartarus. I have all my Death Defiances. I'm at 30 HP, exactly 30 HP. I'm thinking quite good about this run by now. I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's possible. You know what I mean? So Witch's Mark is good here because it increases special damage for us.
One last
So I just pick it. It's not like that. Not like I have much to spend on anyway. Enchemper is always kind of an RNG where I don't know what I'll get.
central.
So yeah, spending that for the special is not that bad. And off we go. I think our damage is quite high now, and you can see it. Like with White Antler, the damage scales really hard with the knives because there's so many instances of damage, and all of them can crit. They don't always crit, but they can crit, which is insane for a build like this. And with origination, you can see we are already melting the mobs here. Man, I love the aspect of Pan. It's just so much damage. I mean, not as much damage as aspect of Momos, obviously. Speedrunner choice, but I think this is pretty good. Like even without the White Antler, I think even at lower hits, heat specifically, this will be insane. And especially if you have a magic regen boon, then this becomes even faster. So maybe I'll do one more run with this one at say 24-25 heat, trying to get the magic regen, and then maybe it'll be a faster kill. Because yeah, this run was not as fast as I would have liked it, but fortunately, I guess, we still met the tight deadlines pretty well in all the phases. So there is a lot of potential with this build, I think. Just needs the mana regen. Yeah, mana regen boon. And not be unlucky, you know, and make good choices on the doors. But yeah, the speed at which I'm clearing the levels now is pretty decent. Not much to talk about, honestly. Here, this is regular things here. Tartarus, when I first played the game, Tartarus used to be a nightmare for me. But now, when actually I have an understanding of the builds, the damage scale's really high here. So usually the rooms are not that bad. Let me see, is there anything more interesting to say about the Tartarus Vice? I guess not. Maybe I can use a lot more magic here, which I'm not doing. So maybe I should charge it up here, because these rooms are short rooms, so I don't need to worry about running out of mana. I mean, yeah, I guess I used it here, but I can use a lot more here. Could have used, because I have 135 magic to spare. So I can definitely do it faster here. I do lose my armor, which is kind of sad. But I guess it is essential because I want to get to origination. Or not origination, but the white antler level. HP, 30 HP. Here maybe because I forgot that I have already lost Ionic Gain. Here I thought, oh, maybe I can get Ionic Gain again, but yeah, I cannot, right? Because I already missed it in the first biome. So yeah, I'm fishing for Ionic Gain here because I kind of forgot by now that I don't have access to it anymore. So this was like my last-ditch effort to get a mana recharge. But unfortunately, it was not gonna be. I was worried about taking Spirit Surge. It is really good, but it's gonna prime a lot of magic. So I'm really not looking forward to that. So I just pick Lightning Lance. But Spirit Surge ideally would be the correct one to pick here. But since it's epic, it's gonna prime a lot of magic, and I did not want to deal with that. I already have very low magic as it is.
There it is.
So yeah, I just don't pick that. Alright, it's time for the Kronos fight, I guess. If I recall correctly, the phase 1 was terrible. You guys will see.
Swim time.
I think my phase 1 was absolutely horrendous here.
I'm home.
Let's see all the mistakes that I made, so you guys don't make it. You know, learn from my mistakes. Alright, so I begin. I get some damage into Kronos, which is the correct move, because he is charging up at the time and it's a lot of free damage, and then you can take care of the ads afterwards. When I began learning the fight, I used to go back and take care of the ads first, but now I don't do that anymore because I want more uptime on Kronos instead of the ads, because the ads die really fast with a decent build. So here I use the special Omega special because they were all bunched up and they cleared really fast. So you can see, right? I'm making so many mistakes here. I'm running into the things. I'm not avoiding his charge attacks. Yeah, this is quite frustrating. Maybe I'm a little bit too cocky because I need to get to White Antler range. I guess that makes sense. So maybe it's not a misplay. And there's White Antler, but then I die immediately. So yeah, I was playing really poorly here. And don't play this poorly like me. You know, be better. These are so easily avoidable attacks. What am I doing? Why am I getting hit by these? Yeah, this is not good. See, the trick with Kronos is to stay close to him and then count down his attacks. You know, at phase 2 he's gonna do 3 attacks. So just stay close to him and then dodge the 3 attacks and then do your damage. But I am not doing very well there, so yeah. I guess here I am kind of thinking, oh, I need to play better. I'm gonna lose another Death Defiance here, I think. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, so I go into phase 2 with 3 DDs. which is nice. Oh no, not 3, but 2 DDs. Okay, yeah, I remember correctly. I lost. Yeah, and then I lose another one immediately. That is unfortunate. Unfortunate. Alright, so the good thing about playing with ranged builds is you can kind of damage him while he's doing that. I tried going into a circle with a melee build. It is possible, I guess, but I guess I'm not that good enough yet. You can go into the ring and damage him while he's doing the spinny spin thing. But yeah, with range build, it's kind of not that bad. Here I got super lucky. Oh my god, that was so lucky to get the the one-shot AoE ring exactly where I was when I was slowed down. So it was extremely lucky. So I'm playing super safe here. As you can see, I'm trying to clear out the ads from range and waiting for the big attack here, which I got. And then I'm gonna try to clear them up so I don't get time bubbled. Because that would be the death of me. If I get time bubbled here, I'm kind of dead, for sure. So all the ads are now dead. I try to get behind him, so which is the correct move, to get behind Kronos when he does that move. And now I'm thinking, okay, the ads are dead, this is my time to shine, and yeah. I think this is the end of the fight. So I just range ping him down, and I guess that is the end of the fight. Oh my god, I'm missing attacks. But yeah, as you can see, it was not that hard in the end. Phase 2 can be overwhelming, but yeah, once you practice a little bit, it's not that bad. Phase 1, oh my god, I need to get so much better in Phase 1. I mean, usually I am, but I was so terrible in this fight. Anyway, that was a VOD review of Aspect of Pan, 24 Heat, no healing between biomes, no mana regen. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was informative, and maybe you learned how not to play the game at certain points from my mistakes. Okay, thank you all for listening and seeing. Bye bye. See you next time.